I gotta say, the people that make these laws are absolute cretins. And it's not because they want to ban pornography. That's not even the point. No, like, I'm judging from a pragmatic sense of creating the tool that's going to be used against you. It's absolutely insane that after 2 decades of constant censorship, where every single right-winger knows at least 2 people that got censored over political opinions, they now decide in their infinite wisdom, no, let us show you how to censor. And they're just creating a system that the left will use against them. What do I mean by this? Well, look at this, right? Like, the total porn ban proposed by Michigan lawmakers is going to affect even text, okay? That is their level of moral busybodying. Like even text is too dangerous for their fragile society and way of life. Now here's the problem with that. Imagine you have a forum, right? Like, what do you have on a forum? You have people talking. Okay. So, if 2 people start role-playing with each other, doing the ficky, that's a violation of the law. Like, the owner of the forum, according to this law, can now go to prison and become a sex offender if on his forum he had 2 people doing the ficky. Now, how does he make sure that doesn't happen, right? Like, if you're an owner of a massive server and you have like thousands upon thousands of users, what do? Well, you need to install AI, right? So now you need to have a surveillance system on every single website on the internet where people talk, because you need to make sure that they don't talk the ficky and upset the Michigan lawmaker. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, okay, now you have the Republicans in power. Like, you got Donald Trump in the presidency, you got the Republicans in the House, you have the Republicans in the Senate. You know, they're the big guys with a big fat cock spinning around and you know, whipping the leftists. After 2 decades of humiliation, they're like, whoosh, you know, take that, leftist. Whoosh. That's great. You know, that's what the leftists used to do. What happens when the leftists get in power? I mean, the leftists are the actual masters of safetyism. They're the ones that are the experts of censorship. They had a lot of veterancy over the last 2 decades, right? Now, what I've noticed with all of these social media platforms is that they usually play ball with whomever is in power. Like, I remember during Trump's first term, Zuckerberg was having dinner at the White House. And then Zuckerberg banned Trump the moment that Joe Biden got into power. And now Zuckerberg is back with the Republicans, and he's saying all the nice things that Republicans want to hear. Do you notice a pattern? Okay? And so, isn't it weird that they're creating systems of censorship, like knowing that at some point, left-wing people are going to become in power? Do you think they're not going to add other things? It's like, okay, so social media platforms already have to use AI in order to check users' behavior. Let's add a couple of other things. Let's add racismus, let's add sexismus, let's add transbigotrismus. They're already pushing for this in the United Kingdom, right? Like, the UK Ofcom was also said, oh, it's going to ban porn. Oh, now it's banning sensitive events. It's starting to ban a lot of things. Protests, violence, and recently it's trying to ban things even for adults, right? Like, they're saying content that encourages self-harm. That's the foot in the door, right? Like, who will disagree with that? But the idea is that if you're an adult, you're not allowed to see any content that encourages self-harm on the internet, according to what Ofcom wants to do here. Even though the content itself is not illegal, even though, like, companies already banned that because they don't want to get in trouble. Like, if you have a person actually seeing some content on your platform and commit suicide, it affects your shares. So, like, companies are already banning it, but now the British government wants to say, no, like, even though this content is not illegal, you're not going to see it. So it makes companies go, hold on a little bit. Okay, we're going to get fined. What about emo music, right? Like, what about entire genres of entertainment that are edgy? It's like, the world is dark, I want to end it all, blah, blah, blah. You know, the music that we grew up with, like Evanescence and shit like that. Are companies going to allow it? I mean, technically, they should, because it's legal. But in reality, they don't care. Like, they do a cost assessment. It's like, how much to keep it up versus how much if we're going to get sued because some dumbass listens to Evanescence, and then commits suicide and has that in his journal. And so this is the problem with these type of laws. It's like the Republicans are in power and they managed to get a lot of people on their side with the free speech stuff. And most people aren't morons. Despite the fact that the mother of retards is always pregnant and the father of cretins always has a hard-on, there are still people that are right-wing which genuinely do care about freedom of expression. And they notice that, yeah, like porn is the easy thing, like it's the low-hanging fruit, it's the foot in the door. And once that gets in, it completely destabilizes the internet. Because, like, if this shit goes through, and probably it won't because it's against the Supreme Court, but, like, if this shit does go through, then what you end up having is every single social media website has to use AI, has to use various techniques in order to start filtering. And other websites can't compete. Like we already saw with 4chan, with Kiwi Farms, with Gab, and a host of other websites being unable to compete with Ofcom. Like they literally cannot comply with the demands because it's too expensive. It's not that they wouldn't want it. Like I'm pretty sure that Kiwi Farms would probably want. I mean, they already banned pornography, right? But like they would want to comply in that sense, except that Ofcom also asks for hate speech, right? You see how they come in package. And so it's so bizarre, and it's going to come the time. I guarantee to you, like in 8 years or so, when you have the Democrats, they're going to use these exact legislations, exact same laws, to crack down on the right. And I know it because I'm already seeing it. Like I see it with Ofcom. I see what Australia is planning to do. These are left-leaning governments that are pushing for the exact same stuff that the right-wingers are pushing. It makes no fucking sense. I was actually told by a subscriber like V, don't punch right. Like, I'm sorry, this is, like, the moment you start asking for censorship and removing internet anonymity and balkanizing the internet, that's not a right-wing move. That's a left-wing move. I'm punching left. I'm sorry. Like, this is the stuff that Australia is pushing. Australia is not a right-wing government. Canada, the United Kingdom, the European Union, these are not right-wing governments. They're pushing for the same thing. And so, my take is that I'm all for controlling pornography, right? Because I'm not unreasonable. I don't want to log on Steam and see a pair of titties. I don't want to Google something and all of a sudden see the vaju. But at the same time, I'm not really that retarded to say, okay, well, we need to remove all vices from society and create our nation state like a monastery because otherwise the white race is dying. Like, come on. You know? There are certain things as vices, true. There's different levels of vices. You know, one is methamphetamine, another one is smoking. Like, surely we're adult enough in order to make a difference between having a guy having a wank and someone doing cocaine. Because I heard this other thing. Also, it's like, are you in favor of la cocaína? No, I'm not. But I don't think like porn is la cocaína. I think we had it for more than 2 decades, and I think like people can live with it, and I think if you don't want it, you should be able to control yourself. If you can't, ask your mommy to install a parental control on your computer. I heard another person saying they're addicted. It's like, okay, go to your mommy and tell her to install a parental control on your computer and leave other people alone, right? Your computer, my computer, my computer. You don't get to decide on what's on my computer because you're not a fucking commie. But the other thing which is retarded, right? Like one of the punishments for this law, apparently, is to put people on the Sexual Registry Act. That is of monumental stupidity. The Sexual Registry Act is supposed to have severe offenders, right? Like if you have one of them moving into your neighborhood, you want to know. I don't want to be in a situation where like someone moves into your neighborhood and they're on the Registry Act, and I will automatically assume, well, it's because they probably had the wank to a titty, right? Because if they do this, like the overwhelming majority of cases is going to be adults watching adult shit, right? And so like the only people benefiting are going to be the actual freaks, which are in a minority compared to most people that just go on the internet to jerk off to an adult film. And the very fact that you'd have to ask completely destroys the concept of the sexual registry, right? Like a person, is a pervert for being a normal human being with testosterone? Oh, he watched some women on the internet and took a wank? And that's it now? Like he goes to prison? Fucking insane? But again, you know, like, it doesn't matter to me, like, if people from Michigan want to live like this, like, that's fine, you know? But, like, what about the rest of the world? Like, I keep seeing, like, this desire to impose things on the rest of the world, especially on the World Wide Web. Like, stop fucking with the World Wide Web. It's not rocket science. Again, this is what baffles me, right? Like, the left has universities. It has the mainstream media. It has the corporations. It's got so many ways of pushing its message. It's unreal. Right-wingers have only the internet. Why are you fucking with it? What's the purpose? You know, I also saw another commentator asking me, like, why am I upset with Sargon? I'm upset that he's supporting these laws. It makes no sense. Like, let me put it this way. Despite the fact that you have the woke ideology being pushed everywhere, in every single avenue of society, one of the main pushbacks was on the internet, right? Like, was people watching, like young people, watching videos from individuals like Sargon of Akkad, the other YouTube content creators, and it created like a new right-wing way of thought, a way that they weren't trained to think about from schools, they weren't trained about to think from the mainstream media or from their parents. Not a majority of young people, but a sufficient enough percentage, right? And so now to claim, oh yeah, like it would be good if people under the age of 18 wouldn't be on the internet at all. It's like, okay, right, so you want leftists to indoctrinate them nonstop. I mean, that is a possibility, right? Because like someone under the age of 18, without access to the internet, they're going to watch television, they're going to listen to their leftist teacher, and they're going to read the leftist literature, right? Like the media and whatever. So you're basically saying, yeah, it's a good thing if people under the age of 18 don't use the internet. And it's like, don't expect the right to win elections anytime soon with the young demographic. They're probably going to be upset. It's like, hold on a little bit, makes no fucking sense. Who voted for this garbage? I'm going to vote the opposite. You're also giving a platform to the Democrats, right? They're not going to say, oh, we're going to unban porn or we're going to promote porn. No, they're going to say we're going to promote freedom of expression. Yeah, they're going to say we're going to unfuck the internet. They're going to get a lot of votes. You can PR package this in a nice way. And they're probably going to win and then not do it. That's what the Democrats do, you know? Like they're going to get the vote and then not do it because it's going to be a good talking point the next election. It's absolutely ridiculous. And also, there's one more thing. The reason why this is being proposed, and I noticed that all of a sudden pornography is front and center, like something that didn't even got discussed 5 years ago. Did you notice that? Like 6 years ago, it wasn't a talking point. 10 years ago, no one cared. 15 years ago, no one cared. All of a sudden, everyone cares. It's so weird, isn't it? Almost the same time that artificial intelligence is invented, right? It's almost like it's a push to convince people to get offline AI, because you can't ban that. But anyway, right? My take is that politicians are freaking out due to the birth rates, right? Like, this is a talking point. I don't think it's an existential crisis. I think it's an economic crisis. And so, whatever it is, people want a fix, right? Like, people look to the government nowadays. Please solve all of our troubles. The government is not interested in solving troubles. They're interested in managing public opinion. And so by creating the illusion that the reason people don't have birth rates is because Chad is in his bedroom stroking it, while thousands of women are like, Chad, please open up, we're ovulating. Chad, open the door, what are you doing? What's going on in there, Chad? Right? Absolutely ridiculous, batshit insane. No, I don't think that porn is the reason why you have failing birth rates. I think safetyism and the welfare state are the two main reasons why you have failing birth rates, but no politician will want to tackle with that. And so it sounds like a cheap solution. It sounds like they're fixing a problem when in reality they're not. They're just kicking down the can. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.